Hello. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Let's see. Oh God, there we go. Fix that. I have too many things going at once. So, yeah. I don't know what we talk about here, but I'm willing to chit chat.
All right. Basically, it's just going through, reading comments from viewers, and chatting with one another about the Battlesong hobby.
All
All
right, that
right.
sounds good to me.
So, have you? I'm curious. Have you watched much of 24 Scott? He's been a really good. He's been a good new person in the hobby. Also.
Yeah, I've been watching some of his stuff. Talked to him a couple times on Instagram. I he the thing for me, my problem right now is keeping up with everybody. You know, it's that's the hard part. Especially with my line of work, I'm constantly all over the place. So, but yeah, he's been probably one of the few people I keep recognizing because they comment on all my videos, and that's always highly appreciative. You know, it kind of
Oh
like
yeah.
motivates you to keep making content when you spend a lot of time and energy making something and it doesn't get a lot of attention.
Yeah, that's how it was for me. Like for you'll probably see in here at some point Silas Flips. He was probably my biggest first supporter. So like when I first started doing live streams, he was the first person to always be in my live streams. It's always cool to have like that one or two viewers that always come back to watch your content.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh man, is that you flipping the croissant?
Yes, yes I am. Right here.
Wait, what do you think of the croissant?
I absolutely love it. I need to work on getting my review out. It's been pretty cold outside here in the Ozarks, so I haven't had a chance to go outside and film like I normally do. But the Crescent, in my opinion, probably the most underrated battle song out there right now. It flips arguably better than my Kraken.
It flips pretty good. I find it a little lacking in and momentum compared to the Kraken, but it makes up with it with its lightweight that you can throw extra force in it to get that lack of momentum kind of taken care of. It's really good though. It is really good. I I would say engineering wise, it is a really interesting battle song.
For sure. Something that I also noticed is I own like shoot what like seven Nabalis Battle songs now. I noticed Nabalis has constantly been getting better and better with their tuning. The tune on this thing is a lot better than like one of my first Nabalis Battle songs such as the Canyon or the Impulse.
Yeah, the Canyon's a very difficult battle song to tune because actually because of the full metal construction or like it being stainless steel, there's not a lot of give. And when you're tightening a bushing or anything down, when you're tightening the stuff down, the aluminum actually gives and it takes up a lot of that space. So when you don't have that give, you're relying a lot more on the bushing than you are on the handles to take care of the space, making it very difficult to tune.
Hmm.
And because these are also casted and not milled, uh, yeah, but their tuning is absolutely phenomenal. I don't know. I have a Hydra here. I don't know if I can show it or not, but the
Yeah, no, you're
Hydra.
good.
Okay, so this is from my boy Wow.Java. I'm gonna shout him out. He's a really awesome modder. He
Ooh.
does some really pretty mods.
Oh, that is
Uh,
sick.
But the Hydra to me is the most underrated battle song. Simply for its the tune that you get out of it, the balance that you have, and the consistency that it carries is absolutely insane.
I've honestly considered getting a Hydra. I've heard a really good things about it, especially from the buffness. Ever since they made the new variants and the new styles of it, the new colorways, it has been something that I have been pretty interested in. But I've chosen to use my money elsewhere, such as the Crescent and some other new battle songs.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. It's so like in terms of like how it feels in comparison, I would say uh, the, 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 you ever flip the speed channel Tonto Kraken?
I have not. I flipped a like a Tonto false life clone. I've never flipped an authentic Tonto Kraken.
So like the balance on it's pretty neutral, and it sucks that you kind of have to speed channel to get that really like extra neutral feeling out of it. But the hydros like that like right out of the box with no speed channel.
That's awesome. Speaking of speed channeling, I think the fact that you speed channeled your Navalis wing is absolutely sick.
Oh yeah, yeah. Can I show it or I don't know? Let's see.
Yeah, yeah, you're good. False lives are fine. Mine's a
Okay,
false live right here.
so this is the wing that I did in the video. I also sent it out to my buddy Wild.java, and then he did lasering on it and polished it. That this thing is really close to the feeling of a Prisma, like really, really close after you speed channel. It's pretty impressive, the momentum that you can get out of it.
Dude,
I
I
don't
would
know.
if you knew somewhere that I could send over my wing to get it speed channel, that is something I would definitely be interested in.
Ship it to me. I'll speed channel to you. I'll speed channel it and ship it back
That
if you
oh,
want to.
okay. I
Yeah,
will I'll consider that for sure. That's sick.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah, I've done several. I don't like to do it for money. I like I hate doing it for money because it's my machine is all manually operated. There's no computer programming to it, so I have to do everything by hand. And that would be what do you call it? Yeah, so sometimes my tooling is not the cleanest cut. Like there's just slight, I don't know if the camera can show it, but uh right here it's just a little like not wavy but not as sharp and smooth as like this side here where it's really nice and clean.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense. Yeah.
but
Cool. It,
I mean
still,
if you don't
honestly,
mind,
the fact that you can even speed channel in the first place is absolutely sick, in my opinion.
it's fun. It's fun. I mean, I'm fortunate to have a brother that's a tooling nerd and like a machine nerd. So for my main business, we've bought a bunch of stuff for that, and then we've let go of that part of the business, but the machine stayed, for hobby reasons.
Yeah, I feel so not underrated, but yeah, I feel like I am the one who does not know as much about balisongs in here. Surprisingly, this is like the first time that I feel like I have someone in here who has a level of content that is so much better than mine. I feel honored to have you in here, my man.
Nah, it's I don't feel like but dude, it's even though I know you say like it looks like I put a lot of effort in. I do put quite a bit of effort into lighting and stuff like that, but my storytelling can get so much better. I have to. It's like, and my consistency is way off. Like I can't post every week like I'd love to. Like your consistency is good, and the fact that you can keep it going, like your content, I believe is still just as good as what I can produce, if
In
that
my
makes sense.
opinion, yeah, I get what you're saying about consistency. Consistency is a really big key in content creation, but I feel like your editing makes up for that like in the hundredfold, bro. Because in my opinion, a lot of people in the battle song hobby really do not take the time enough to edit their videos the way you do.
Actually, I find that really impressive because if you ever tried to film, for example, Ethan from Blade Bias,
Yeah.
very, very rarely edits his videos. And he will do a 15, sometimes 20-minute just ramble video of him, like going from one take, is actually really impressive. Like I couldn't do that.
What do you think
So
about it? Technically, it is impressive to be able to do one take, but entertainment wise, I find
it's yeah.
well edited videos way more entertaining. That's just my
Yeah,
opinion,
well,
though.
That's true. That's true. And it's there's a lot more software now these days. It's getting hot in here. There's a lot more software out these days that makes editing a lot more approachable to people. Adobe Premiere is free. So like if you guys want to get into editing videos like from your cell phone and stuff, not Adobe Premiere, I'm sorry, DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve, the base edition is free. You can just go and download it right now and it's a super powerful tool.
That's awesome. I've
Uh,
I've heard of most of those. I personally use a CapCut. I've been trying to get the other social media guys in the social media ministry at my church. I've been doing some stuff with them. I've been trying to get them to switch over to CapCut because they've been using Opus lately, Opus Clip.
yeah.
So I personally, I really enjoy CapCut. I think it has the complexity level of editing and it allows you to make complex edits in videos, but has it in a simpler state to be able to learn it.
Yeah. One second. I gotta mute myself for just a second.
All right, you're good. Alrighty, guys. While he is muted, I can chat with some of you guys. Let's see here. I have not read any chat yet. All right, Ghost Ballet said, Sam, can you send me one of your bell songs? Probably not. I'm not interested in selling mine, and I have no giveaways coming up soon. All right, 24 Scott said, agree. That's why I started live streaming. It makes it so you don't have to edit it a lot. Yes, sir. I 100% agree with that. Sorry if I'm not talking much, y'all. Bally stands in here, and he knows a lot more than I do. All right.
No, no, don't lie to people. I don't know anything.
I mean, okay. Here's the thing: the verbiage that you use, the way that you talk about machining and materials when it comes to ballad songs, you have more knowledge in that. I probably have more knowledge when it comes to the community, but from what I can tell, you have more knowledge about materials and machining.
Yeah, well, but see, when it comes to the community, and I don't like to admit it, but like I'm very far behind on the community. Like it's hard for me to keep up with the community. Though I do celebrate and appreciate people that can, do the accomplishments that they can do. There's like 5 flip things that you have done in there that I'm just like, wait, how did he do that? That I flip. I At my age, it's really hard to constantly build build more of a repertoire than it. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm tired.
All right, we can try reading some of the
Yeah.
chat because the chat has been going on and on.
Yeah. No,
Let's
you're
see
good.
here. David said hi. Jack said I'll have to go check out his channel. I guess yes, sir. I would 100% recommend checking out BaliStands. Mia said, "Bruh." David said, "Bro, I don't like collab streams sometimes because the chat is insignificant. Yeah, I need to get better about that. The thing is, for me, especially when I do collab streams, you guys probably know this from past collab streams. Uh, I feel bad interrupting people. I don't want to interrupt my guest, whoever that may be on my channel that's talking, to be able to read chat. So whenever I have collab streams." It's typically aimed more at talking with one another about the balisong community rather than chatting with you guys. That's what my main streams are for when I stream daily. All right.
Yes, I can read the chat. I'm very bad about reading chat though. But just so you know, dude, you can interrupt me all you want. Be like,
All
whoa,
right.
hold on, this guy has something cool. You know, cut me off. That's fine. I'm not gonna get mad.
All right. Coolio. Let's see here. Honeycomb, I appreciate you being in here, and you too, Mia. You guys are my main mods in here right now. All right, what's up, Robbie Ward? First time I've seen you in here. What's up, 200 IQ Viper? Viper said, "Please flip the cheese." I got you. Valley Stands. I have a question. Have you tried out the cheese?
I have tried out the cheese. Actually, I bought one for my son, and that thing is surprisingly as goofy as it looks. And you'll find out that my particular taste in ballad songs is I like sleek, compact designs, but the cheese flips way better than it looks. And I would say before I flipped a Hydra, that was one of like my go-to battle songs to go steal out of my kids' collection. The fact that it's insanely consistent, it carries momentum really well. I actually used it secretly to really nail down the cherry picker, which for some reason that was the only battle song I could do the cherry picker on. So
Oh my goodness, Ghost Flipping is in here. Yo, Ghost. Okay, hold up a second, BaliStands. My man,
yeah,
Ghost. The fact that you are back in the community is awesome. The only thing that I'll ask you is to check your DMs for me. My viewers have been waiting for a collab stream between us. Lately, over the past few months, while you've been gone away on your mission trip, every other person that comes into my streams asks me if I am you because they have seen your streams. So I am more than interested in a Ghost Flipping X Balisong Traveler collab in the future. If you're available, of course. That's why I said check your DMs. We can chat about it from there. Let's see here. Mia said that she is eating a piece of chocolate. That is awesome. All right.
I want chocolate.
Edward. Edward. Edward Herrero? Okay, people got some weird names in here. Said do Godspeed. Godspeed is actually not a vowel song trick. It was popularized by a guy named Polar Flaps. But Godspeed is actually a yo-yo trick. And me personally, I'm not going to speak for anyone else, but me personally, I do not like to call any sort of trick Godspeed or God anything, because as a Christian, I do believe that it could easily be considered using the Lord's name in vain, which is something I obviously do not want to do. All right. Ghost Flood, oh haha, my bad. I'm terrible at checking DMs. You're all good, Ghost. You're all good. All right. David said, "Yo, Samuel, did you get around to trying out the reverse behind the eight ball from your tutorial?" I have not. I've been pretty busy today. I've been trying to get done a lot of things around the house before the collab stream this afternoon. So I have not gotten around to doing that yet. Let's see here. What's up, Sonny? What's up, Bentley? What's up, Ballerino Switcherinos? Like, can you fan the Barracuda? Absolutely. So, BaliStands, I have a question for you.
Yeah,
What would be like your top two balisong companies?
Squid Industries, and I can get really deep into why. Um, Squid Industries and probably Nabals right now are my two tops.
Ooh, that's a see. I very much respect that because most people that like Squid Industries hate Nibalis, and most people that like Nibalis hate Squid Industries, which I don't totally understand. So like, uh, 2-bit Balisong, he's another Balisong streamer I watch a lot. He loves Squid Industry stuff. He loves like Acid Works Balisongs, but he's someone who's very against trainers, and he kind of just doesn't care about Nibalis. He doesn't really enjoy their Balisongs, which doesn't make much sense to me because Nibalis, though it is a Chinese company and has low price budget Balisongs, they still make some of the best Balisongs out there.
I would argue to say they make the best affordable ballad songs.
That would be a
Uh,
good argument. I can agree with that.
if you're really that's where I think Nibalis is so key to the hobby because they give you that ability to get into what's that $35 or $40 the Impulse
Impulse, yeah.
is a phenomenal like ballad song for the money. That like I don't know what other company that can get you into a flipper for 30-40 bucks that's at that level of performance as the Impulse.
Hmm. All right. You had me low, so this is pathetic, LMAO. All right. I'm sorry to hear that. Can you tell us how we can improve? This is a collab stream, so we do try and chat a bit more to each other rather than reading off chat. So if you come back to one of my other streams, I will read chat more. But I'm willing to take comments like that say, "Oh, you suck," or "Oh, this is pathetic," because I genuinely want to know how I can improve. Yo, what's
All
up,
right.
Viral Flips? Good to have you in here.
Uh, See, 24 Scott asks, what is my go-to mindless flip combos when you're just fidgeting? Oh man, that's that's funny. I palm fan into a I do this I don't know how to even say it. Like this is weird like palm fan uh that I can just chain together. And that's basically I can't do it sitting down. I have to like probably stand up. But it's this this is like my fidgeting that I would do like over and over and over. I don't know what to call it, but it's basically what I've done. It used to be behind the eight ball though, but I went to that recently when I learned the palm fan and I can't stop.
Ooh, you're the only other person I've seen lately who's actually done that same type of combos as me. So typically, I see people go from fan to choker fan to possibly then a like backhand fan or palm fan. But something for me that I really enjoy doing that I actually just saw you do is going straight from a fan and being able to swing straight into that palm fan or swing from a fan into a backhand aerial.
Yeah. So when I've been trying to learn the giraffe, and so basically I've been putting that into my Matt Damon. Okay, hold on. I've been putting that into the combo as I'm trying to learn the giraffe. But like you're doing stuff I can't even comprehend sometimes.
Honestly, I the thing is, I look up anytime I want to learn a new trick. I look up tutorials on YouTube to try and learn them. But thankfully, I do know some pretty advanced bell song flippers. By that I mean one. He's one of my best friends, Trenton Bailey. You probably heard me chat about him on my YouTube channel. He is one of the most advanced bell song flippers that I know of in the hobby. I am very blessed to be able to know him in real life. So anytime that I have a trick that I don't totally understand or can comprehend, he can kind of help me with it, tell me like what I'm doing wrong and what I need to improve on.
Yeah, that's a nice tool to have. Spiral's asking, what balisongs do you have? I have way too many. Some that I can't really show right now, but I have the Damascus. What is it? Let's see, 519 Damascus Nami half dress. Totori live blade. The Nautilus live blade, Nautilus trainer. Wing. Tonto, Speed Channel Kraken, Hydra, Seraph, the Croissant, Aluminum Sasori, and there's a couple more over there. I think is a Bowie Speed Channel Kraken. I have a Swordfish, Mako. Almost, I think I have everything from Squid Industries besides the Madco. Is the only the Madco and the Squid Trainer. I think is the only things I don't have from them.
Holy cow, bro! That is awesome.
Yeah,
I heard you say something
it's
about you have a Damascus Nami. That is absolutely sick. The fact that you have
yeah.
a Damascus Nami.
I would show it, but I can't.
Yeah, yeah, you're
uh,
good, dude. That is
uh,
absolutely phenomenal.
yeah, I went to Blade Show, Texas, and for me, please. So yeah, I have Lucas's signature on the box.
Dude, that is so sick. That is awesome. All right. Well, looks like we got Youngblood in the stream, but it looks like he changed his name or it could be his alt account. 24 Scott. Or no, I'll answer this other question first. Sync Fendi. It looks like you're new. He said, "Are you a furry?" I am not a furry. These are just goofy shoes that I found at Walmart. 24 Scott said, "If you could only flip one Bally for the rest of the time that you don't already have, what do you shoot for?
If you
What would your opinion be on that?"
if you could only flip one Bally for the rest of time, it would have to be my Nami.
He said that you
And
don't already have.
oh, a normal Nami.
Ooh,
No,
okay, okay. I see what you did there.
no. Man, I don't know. That's a tough question. Um, Dang, can I modify it? Because that's a difference.
Hmm.
Um,
I don't know. It was his question. It was Scott's question, not mine. So
yeah. Dang, dude, I really don't know.
That's an interesting that's one of those interesting questions because I've heard the question before, like if you could only ever flip one bell song for the rest of your life, what would you flip? I've heard that plenty of times, and I think I know what my answer would be that. But the fact that it's that we have to choose one that we haven't already flipped, that's the tricky part because we don't know. I personally don't know what certain bell songs would flip like. So for me, I would have to say there's many bell songs that I haven't flipped, but I think I probably got to go with the Nami. It's overall everybody says that the Nami is one of the best bell songs out there. The Squid Industry Tsunami. So though I've never flipped a Nami, just based off the opinions of everyone else and the fact that I think it does have a customizable weight system, if I'm not wrong, I would have to choose the Nami.
Not Nami is good. Is really good. I would almost argue to say that it's not the best out there, but in terms of titanium construction, lightweight, and balance, it's insanely hard to beat. And like even I think Martin said that the Totori was an inspiration. That the Nami was a part of inspiration towards the Totori, which is why I feel like I really love and enjoy the Totori, even though it's heavier. Uh, but you know what? It'd probably be a Prisma, just a normal Prisma. That's the one I would choose. I've never flipped one. I flipped the Pro, but I've never flipped the Prisma
Hmm. In
or a
my
Swift T.
opinion, how do you feel? Have you ever flipped any BB Barfly bell songs?
I have not. I that is the one company I have not dabbled into. The Barracuda, the one that you're flipping right now, is one I've eyeballed very hard. I can't like even though I praise Nabalis, the one thing I absolutely hate about Nabalis is their gaps. So like show your
Yeah.
close gap on that.
Yep.
Yeah, and your open gap is massive. And I like this is the limit I am willing to go. Like the
See, that's
wing.
that's such an
The,
interesting thing. I always tell people that different people have different preferences. So like for you, you're someone who likes obviously smaller handle gaps like the Kraken you said. But
well,
for me, I really enjoy large handle gaps. That's one of the biggest things that I disagree with most people on the Crescent is I love large handle gaps.
yeah, I can't do it, man. I don't know. And it's probably because I've taken my trainer Kraken, though it has a Tonto blade on it right now, but I'll show the back end of it. That's how much I flipped it. Look at that
Holy
gap; it's
cow.
almost gone. It's I've worn them out. Uh, and it's pretty. It's so when I go from that, and that's like my main flipper. That's the one I flip about 3 to 4 hours a day. Is how much I usually flip a day. Um, they get worn out pretty quick.
That's insane. I'd say that ah, shoot. I mean, I've worn down my Canyon pretty well, but I'd say ah, the Refault's probably got to be the smallest handle gap barrel song that I own. I think the actual the Tainto versus Bowie trainers, depending on whether you have the Tainto or Bowie trainer, it actually the handle gap differs from what I've heard.
Sparks asked if I have any EPS knives. I don't. They are on my to to buy list. Is that's a refault right there?
Yep.
I hate that knife. I'm gonna say that right now. I do not like it one bit.
Holy cow, that's interesting. So it seems like right now to me that we have pretty different flipping preferences because this has been one of my favorites so far in my collection. It's been I really enjoy the roundness of it. I love rounded handles.
So I love rounded handles too. One of my favorite knives has always been the what is it? The it was the wing actually. In terms of like feeling the hand, the wing was one of my most favorite because of how round the handles are. And it was my first experience to round handles. But the size of the handle and the texture of the carbon fiber scales of the one that I flipped, I could not stand it. I literally flipped it for 2 days and sold it.
That's crazy. All right. So people, from what I've learned, a lot of people in the balisong community have a thing with textures. And it's so weird that I don't have a thing with textures because I have ADHD. I've always had a thing with textures, especially when it comes to clothing, ever since I was little. But for some reason, when it comes to balisongs, this is a perfect example of it. Everybody that I've heard really, really dislikes the Nabala's Extrusion V1 because of the sandpapery feel when they improve the grip. I actually really, really enjoy it. I love, love, love weird textures that have too much grip.
You would have to try my wing. So I did channels alongside of it because the grip was so bad.
Oh, dang.
So not only did I speed channel, but I ran the mill down the center, and that has an extra bite to it, which is fine. It's the carbon fiber dryness that leaves that kind of feeling in my hand I cannot stand.
Huh. I've never actually tried a bell song that has carbon fiber. I've only ever tried G10. And
Yeah.
I will say,
You ever
sorry, you're
flip,
good.
flip? No, you ever flip the kite like
I
the
have
original, the
not.
titanium? It's
Have
like the
not.
same problem. I flipped it for like 2 days and I couldn't stand it. I ended up taking the scales off and then I got epoxy and I soaked the carbon fiber in epoxy and then polished and smooth sanded it. So it's a nice smooth texture feel and it was more grip than the naked carbon fiber.
Hmm.
And I still ended up not liking that.
Oh, all right. Okay. Spark just brought up a really cool conversation. Do you pronounce it Tanto or Tonto? Because I pronounce it Tanto. A lot of people pronounce it Tonto.
Tonto.
Tonto. All right. Hmm.
One
If
second.
you need to, if you
One.
need to mute for a second, you're good.
Yeah. I'm actually working and not working at the same time.
All right, you're good. You're good. All right. Let's see here. Someone said you can oil G10 also. Yeah, I've not tried oiling my G10 on any of my valleys. It's Tanto, not Tonto, in my opinion. That's like a big, big balisong debate. Oh, by the way, we got 70 people in stream, guys. Feel free to say hi or ask us any questions. Right now, I think BaliStands is busy on the phone. It sounds like, but I'm still here chatting with you guys. Uh, I have not been chatting as much because again we got BaliStands in here, one of my favorites. But I will continue to chat with y'all until he's back. Looks like he's back.
I am
All right.
back.
Someone says cool gas station knives. These are first. There are two things. Number one, these are not gas station knives, mainly because these are all trainers. So all the ones that I have here on my side of the screen are all balisong trainers. These are all perfectly safe, just for flipping purposes, practicing, and having fun with. They're basically the ultimate fidget toy. Second of all, I actually have never, ever, ever in my life found a balisong at a gas station besides like the tiny little 2-inch keychain.
Ghost, which one do you want?
Ghost is asking everybody in all streams to send him a balisong. I've seen that all over. Ghost is something else.
Oh, that's funny. I'll send you one of my gas station knives. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All right. Uh, yo, what's up, Mel? Good to have you in here, my man. I actually just checked out your channel the other day. DM me on Instagram about a possible collab. I'm down to collab with other Bali YouTubers, no matter how big or small they are in the community. All right. Let's see here. Ooh, that is someone said you must not travel much. LOL. Yeah, I do. I do travel, not enough to be called the Balisong Traveler, though, even though it's my name. But if you check out some of my main videos, so my streaming, obviously, I'm at my house all the time when I stream. Uh, so I cannot stream when I travel places, mainly due to the Wi-Fi problem. Most places I go are out in nature. I really enjoy hiking. So most places I go, there's not internet, in which case I'm not able to stream. Otherwise, I would. But if you check out some of my main videos, I do like to travel to different places. Most places I go have been in Arkansas, near hiking state parks. All right. Holy cow, the chat's got a lot of good questions here. Uh, Mel said, I don't have Instagram, unfortunately, but I would love to collab. I'm such a big fan of both of y'all. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. David says
Thank
he
you.
has three bell songs, knows five tricks, Cheese, Volp, and Canyon. Yes, sir. Are you talking about Ghost Valleys or Mel? I think you're talking about Ghost Valleys. Let's see. 24 Scott said just subbed. Sub to me or BaliStands. I'm gonna guess me because you've already been chatting with BaliStands on his videos a lot. You are a big fan of BaliStands.
Let's see. Oh, someone's asking, I want a professional trainer ballet, like one of those good ones, and don't know where to get one. What's if you have somebody coming to new into the hobby, Mr. Traveler, what is your go-to recommendation?
My go-to recommendation, I recommend trainers before live blades, so it depends whether you're talking about trainers or live blades, or if you surprisingly want a false live. But my go-to recommendation would definitely be the Nibali's Impulse, because most people getting into the hobby aren't willing to spend anything over 50 bucks from what I've seen from the people that I've met wanting to get into the hobby. So that is why the Impulse is my go-to. It flips really well for the price of like 35 to 40 US dollars.
Yeah, that's probably the same recommendation that I would give is the Impulse. You know the funny thing is, didn't they just release a false live of that model?
They did. I actually considered getting it, but I decided to get the Crescent and this one off of Instagram instead.
Let's see.
All
Impulse.
right.
Yeah, they did. Oh man, that actually looks really good.
It does. I was pretty surprised, honestly.
Yeah. Mm. How did you start the hobby?
How did
What
I
got
start the
you
hobby?
into it? Yeah.
Uh, Definitely my best friend. So, back in shoot, what was it? I think it was 2023. Uh, my best friend got into the hobby. He started doing what he called butterfly knife tricks. He just got like a CCC off of Amazon. I actually have his, like the first one that he ever got right up here. Oh shoot. Uh, this was his CCC that he got off of Amazon. He started getting into the hobby. He's like, "Yo, look at these cool butterfly knives. This is a cool hobby that you can get into with me." So I actually, funny enough, I'm a big Lego collector. So before I got into Battle Songs, I'm big on Legos. I'm one of those guys that collects about every type of uh, Lego set you can imagine. I'm a big Lego guy, so I made a Battle Song out of Legos. I made my
All right.
custom design, and from there, I was able to learn things like the Y2K thumb rollover, and then eventually I got some more CCCs off of Amazon. I got like some combs, and was able to continue from there with my first metal ballad songs, and then my first, I guess, really good ballad song that I got was the Canyon, and this is what I have really improved on in the last year or two.
Okay. Yeah. Did you make a video about your Lego Balisong?
I think yeah. So I need to make a full length video. It's been a big request on here, but I did make a few shorts. Everybody was asking me how to make one, and so I did make like a short series. Uh, it was like an advent calendar thing up until Christmas. I did tutorials every day, leading up to Christmas on how to make a Lego Battle song, and then that Lego Battle song that I made using those parts for the tutorial, I actually gave away in a Christmas giveaway.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So I announced the winner of that in like my recent collection video, and it was actually it ended up being a viewer that knows me in real life, so I didn't have to pay for shipping, thankfully.
Oh, nice, nice. Spiral asked how I got into flipping, and it's a funny story. It was completely by accident. So I'm also ADHD. I'm horribly ADHD. I have to fidget really 90% of my time. Um, and so I was into 3D printing. So I was testing a printer for my dad's print farm, and I printed a balisong because I needed a part to be completely assembled at the end of the print. And then that way, I of course, once it printed, I broke it free, and then I would flip it. I think it was still here, but I can't find it. Um, and that I flipped that fidgeting as I'm tuning the printer, and all of a sudden I realized that it was really good at occupying my time. And then I went and looked at actual balisongs to buy, and I saw how much some of these cost, and I was like, "That's outrageous! You're out of your mind! I'm not spending 150 to $200 for a Kraken or whatever it was." And now I we're here. Like I have too many, but it was
That's
3D printing a balisong.
that's normally how it ends up. Somebody starts by either 3D printing or building one out of Legos, from what I've seen, because that's honestly how most people in the hobby have gotten started. And from there, they buy an absurd amount of balisongs, and eventually, if they end up getting big, companies begin to send them balisongs the way that they have to me. So
Yeah, and that's that. I guess that's if that ever does happen to me, I'll probably majority of them. I don't know. I might like. I don't I have to look how to give them away. I don't know. I don't want to have a ridiculously large collection, though. I already have a large collection, and thank God I have stopped. But then yet again, when a new knife comes out, it's really hard to ignore it.
yeah, yeah, I get that. Uh, so for me, I have a family member who is really into eBay and selling things on eBay. So he's very familiar with packing things and shipping them to wherever. And so I was able to basically message whoever it is that wins the giveaway on Instagram, because that's my way of contacting them for shipping info. And once I have their shipping info, I can give whatever ballot song I want to give away to that family member, and he basically knows exactly how to like print out labels and pack it and do all that fancy stuff that I don't know how to do.
That that Fortunately, I have a lot of stuff that I have to package on a daily basis, so that's that's always fun. I'm
Cool.
tired of it.
All right. Let's see here. By the way, I'm not sure if I told you earlier. I meant to tell you this on Instagram before stream. Let's also I assume this shouldn't be a problem for you because I've seen your content. It's pretty clean, but let's try and keep it family friendly. I do try and keep most of my stuff family friendly.
Oh, of course.
Yep. Because that's one of the biggest things in the hobby. That's one of the biggest things that I personally dislike. If I had to have a critique for the hobby, it's that not a lot of people care about family friendly content, and that is probably the biggest critique I have in the hobby. A lot of people in the hobby think that it is cool to go around and make inappropriate sexual jokes throughout their videos and start cussing like hundreds of times for some reason that's entertaining. I personally find it really, really immature. An adult laughing at sexual jokes to me is the exact same as an 8-year-old saying fart, poop, haha. It doesn't make much sense to me, and it's something that I wish would be very much be changed in the hobby, and that's what I've tried to do.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to change,
Yeah,
but
if you get in the habit of making those inappropriate and immature jokes, it can be pretty hard to change. I do know that from experience too.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, nah. Well, I try to. I always like to skirt that line of just acceptable, and if I can keep it pretty much based on just the hobby and not like what I feel or have opinions for, then it reaches a farther audience. I don't know. That's the way I kind of look at it.
I 100% agree, and I think that's a really, really good way to view it. That's basically what I have said to people when they disagree with me on my views, because obviously I do believe in the Bible. I do consider myself to be a Christian. I try and keep my beliefs for the most part out of my main long form videos. I do enjoy biblical debates in my streams, but for the most part of my main long form content, I try and keep it out of most of my content and keep it about the hobby, because then I can reach people whether they agree with the Bible or not. Uh, but still, some people take just one or two tiny things that I say on accident in a video, and they blow it up into a big thing. And basically, what you said is basically my reply to most of those people is that I try and keep it about the hobby. And if the balisong community cannot uh, set aside a few life choice disagreements simply to agree on whether a balisong is good or not, then I think we have failed as a balisong community.
Uh, the whole man, the one thing that's very very unique about the balisong hobby is how subjective opinions towards balisongs can be. For example, like the refault, you really love the refault. I absolutely hate the refault. But that doesn't mean that that knife is phenomenal or horrible at the same time.
Exactly.
It's I like to look at it in the perspective of cars. You take a Toyota Corolla; it's the most boring car to drive every day. But then somebody will tell you it's the best car because it never breaks down. It's very low on maintenance, and yeah, it's just always subjective, depending on what your priorities are.
That's a really that's a good illustration. I like that. I like that example. All right. Ghost Valley said, Sam, I have a genuine question. I have a little over 400 subscribers on my live channel. Do you think I could get a bell song from a company? Um, I think it depends. If you previously know the company before you started your channel and they want to sponsor you, I think it's definitely possible. So like, man, I can never pronounce his name correctly. Talmasher, something like that. Talmasher Balisong, on YouTube and on Instagram. He is sponsored by Nabalis, and as far as I know, he does have under 1,000 subscribers. But then there's also people who have like the Buffness and Benjamin. They have around 10,000 subscribers each. From what I know, I'm just rounding it up or rounding it down, whatever. I don't know exactly what they have, but they don't have, for the most part, what the average person would consider a crazy amount of subscribers, and yet still they are sponsored by companies and being sent bowel songs. I would say if you want to be sent a bowel song and or sponsored without having upwards of a few thousand subscribers, you probably do have to have some history with that company and knowing somebody that involved with that company. Would you agree with that, BaliStands?
Just make good content.
Yeah,
That's it. Just make good content. Be reasonable, and they'll come. That's all I can. That's the way I look at it. I'm not gonna actively search for sponsorship. I've been doing social media for a very long time. Um, a lot of them, a lot of the time is work on consistency and making good content with good storytelling, and that will come along with it. But don't go in hoping for free knives. So
exactly. That's a really good point. I like how you put that.
yeah, that's that's the way I see it. Unfortunately, I got about 5 minutes, and I got a couple of my guys waiting on me. But uh, I do want to say I appreciate the invitation. Oh my gosh, English is hard. The invite to the collab stream. It was a lot of fun.
Hey, I appreciate you being here. This was absolutely awesome. If you guys have any last few questions for Bally Stands, he does need to head out soon, and we are going to be ending stream. I may or may not do like a little stream afterwards. I don't know yet, but if you Bally Stands have any questions for me also before we end, let me know.
Let's see. Spiral's asking, what would recommend you for a battle song for beginners? Man, so honestly, it depends how if you just want to flip and have fun, the impulse. If you actually want to get good at flipping and like actually do a lot of like intricate tricks and something you can grow with, I would say the Hydra or a what do you call it? The Crescent if you can get your hands on one.
I think originally it's gonna take some big opinions from the community to get Nivalis to continue with the Crescent. I think as of right now they only made uh 200 of each color in their first production.
They're gonna do a second round production. I read somewhere
All right. Sick. All right. In that case I will definitely be
from what
recommending the Crescent more.
from what I've heard, from what I've read. But I'm just a random dude on the internet, so don't believe what I say sometimes. Okay.
Yeah, exactly,
Uh,
exactly. Yeah.
but it was I thought I saw it from a comment from the one of the guys that designed it, but I'm not quite sure because see they were talking about the mechanism. So the problem they're having is not in our versions because you and I have both the purple and black ones, but the all white ones have a mechanism where you have to uh, do something with the scale to get it to release the pivot and whatever. And he said these came with that without that ability, but the white ones do, which makes them really hard to work on. And the second round of production, they won't have that problem. So I know that's all I know from
All
what I
right.
saw, what I read him say, or what he said, and I read it with my eyes. Huh? No.
Cool.
Uh,
Coolio. All right. In that case, I think we will end here. If you got to go, uh, I do try, and even though their collab streams is like the toughest part for me, but I do end my streams with scripture. So I'm not sure if you're Christian or not, but if you have any Bible verse in your head that you'd like us to end with, we can definitely do that.
I have nothing.
All right. In that case, we will
I'll,
just end with the normal verse. You guys see this all the time in my outros and stuff. And typically, unless somebody has a specific uh, request, I do try and end with Proverbs 9:10, and it says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding." Even if we go a whole stream without talking about biblical topics, you can expect scripture at the end. I again, BaliStands, I appreciate you being in here. I
yeah, no,
appreciate you taking the time. This has been awesome.
of course. Y'all have a good one. Thank you so much for having me.
Alrighty. See you guys in the next one.
See ya.